My channel. My name is Coach Tina. I am the dating coach. So what I do is I help people to obtain and sustain the love that they desire by transforming their relational habits through confidence building and practical application. So if you're new here, go ahead, like and subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell so that you can get notifications whenever I post a new video. So today we are in week 1 of our dating series, #relationship goals. So today we are going to talk about, you guessed it, dating. And the thing that we're going to talk about dating today is we are going to talk about what is dating. We're going to find what dating is, and we're going to go ahead and get into that. So let's do it. So what is dating? I'm going to go ahead and give you the Webster's Dictionary definition of what dating is. Then I'm going to give you our definition of what dating is. And when I say our, I mean society. So just stay with me. So dating is a stage of romantic relationships whereby two people meet socially with the aim of each assessing the other's suitability as a perspective. And I'm keep pointing that word because perspective, dating, prospectively, a prospective partner in a future intimate relationship. So let's kind of, break that down. So it says that, oh, Jesus Christ, what is making my neck itch? Jesus. So let's break that down. So it says a stage. So it is, it's a stage. So you know how different, I don't want to say that, stupid. So, it says it's a stage. So that means, what that means to me is that it is, for some point of time or some time frame where you are trying to figure something out. So a stage. So, butterflies, they go through, certain stages of growth to get them, caterpillars, go through certain stages in their growth to get to to another place. So a stage is just some point of time. It specifies that it is a romantic relationship. And let's go ahead and go back to that word perspective. So perspective means maybe. When you date someone, it's not saying that you're, with them already, that you guys are exclusive. Because if you're going to be exclusively dating someone, personally anyways, my thoughts on that is that you should just be in a relationship. And so, but we'll get into that like somewhere else in this series. So I'm looking forward to the rest of these weeks that are ahead of us in this dating series. So prospective partner in a future, that means not presently, that means at some other point of time than right now, intimate relationship. So let's just talk about why am I getting stuck like this? I don't get it. Nothing is flowing. So now that I've given you the Webster's definition of what dating is, I will give you a definition that I think too often society misconstrues. So anyways, if you talk to anyone, maybe a friend, a coworker, whatever, a lot of people will tell you that dating is just simply being in a relationship that is not marriage. I disagree. So, and for many reasons, I just don't see dating as something that should be classified as a relationship, because relationships mean, to me at least, that you're being exclusive to one another, you're being monogamous, etc., and all of those types of things. And in dating, I do not believe that exclusivity or monogamy needs to be present for many reasons, but I just don't believe that. So when you're dating someone, you're getting to know them, you're figuring them out, you're hanging out, Netflix and chilling if you want to, going out on dates. You have it where you're getting to know someone, and they you. So let's for a minute just dial back and let's just talk about, before the person. So before you even ever go out into the dating world and you tell yourself, oh, this is what I want to do. I want to start looking for someone. I want to not be by myself anymore. And so when you make that decision, before you make that decision, what you need to do is analyze where you are, because as you begin to date, you will have to vocalize with the people that you're coming into contact with where you are relationally. Some people are single and ready to mingle. Some people are single, and they like being single. You have some people in the single and dating stage. And then you have those that serially date. And it's what I like to call the Lori Harvey. So I ain't coming for Lori or anything like that. I just feel a lot of times many people make the mistake that she, publicly made up until, I guess, currently, which she's, now with Michael B. Jordan with his cute self. But I do feel like people make the mistake that she's made far as pertaining to dating. So what a lot of people will do is date one person exclusively, and then they don't even attach titles. They don't even discuss exclusivity. They don't discuss monogamy, etc. So you're dating someone, and then 3 months you look up and you're like, I don't even like you, for real. So, and I just use 3 months as a, point of reference, but maybe 6 months, maybe a year, whatever time frame that it may be. But then you find yourself not with this person anymore, and you find yourself not dating this person anymore, and now you're single again, which you've always technically been single because you never discuss being exclusive or monogamy or any type of thing that deals with being in an exclusive relationship. So then you look up and now you're dating someone else, and same thing, you guys getting to know each other, and you're in that razzle dazzle stage, and you're in that what people like to call the honeymoon stage part of the relationship, and you look up again and you don't like this person, and so now you've wasted X amount of time, and you still haven't found what you're necessarily looking for in a partner, and that becomes problematic. And so you start to notice that you are literally dating the same person in a different body with a different face, but they're the same. So I think a lot of people a lot of people don't understand what it means to date, and a lot of people don't understand that, I believe, because they don't understand what they're supposed to be doing in their singleness. And so before you ever meet your person, you have to do the work for yourself and by yourself to unpack your trauma, to unpack your baggage, to deal with your insecurities, and anything of the such. And so before you ever look for a person, you have to figure out, all of those things on your own. Me personally, I advise people in my coaching and just even in my friendships, maybe if a friend comes to me or whatever, I advise people to date themselves first. Date yourself first so that you set the standard for what you want, what you're looking for, what you like, what you don't like, what you're going to accept. Not only that, so you're able to identify the red flags a lot better. So when you date yourself, you set a standard, number one. Number two, you allow yourself to be free from the emotional connection with another person that then gives you the sort of blinders to not necessarily be able to identify the red flags that may pop up when you're dating another person. So not only that, dating yourself teaches you to enjoy your own company. A lot of people have attachment issues, and what I've noticed or what I've found is that a lot of people will find themselves in a situation where they simply just don't want to be alone, and that's why they're dating. Not because they want to date, not because they're looking for a relationship, not because they care to be connected to anyone in a sincere or non-superficial way, but simply just because they don't want to be by themselves. And that's a problem. That's a whole nother problem for a whole nother day. But really, we just have to focus on what dating actually is, what it looks like in the 21st century and 2021. And then how do we maneuver successfully, in the dating pool. But I first believe that you have to be able to identify certain things within yourself, because what a lot of people do is, look for what's wrong in other people when they haven't figured out what's wrong, with themselves. Because sometimes you're the problem. And so if you don't deal with a lot of that stuff in your singleness, you'll get into a relationship and you'll be in a relationship fighting with the person that you're with. And it's not a relationship problem, it's a singleness problem. And so what you have to do is make sure that you're doing the work. What I will do is I will attach a free checklist, and it's called #relationship goals, but it's a checklist, and it tells you, and it just simply outlines the things that the things that you should have figured out before you choose to start dating someone. I'm sorry, I just got off work. It's late. I'm tired. But I told myself I was going to record this video. So here I am, showing up for you guys and showing up for myself, and more importantly, showing up for my coaching business. So just stay with me. So something that it says on the checklist is like, I am okay with being held accountable. And so if you cannot read these things on this checklist, and if you even say no to just one thing on this checklist, it's like maybe you need to go back and you need to figure out if you should even be dating in the first place. So before your person, you have to make sure that you're doing the work yourself to be the person that you want to attract. So a while ago, B. Simone, she made a video on Instagram that she posted, and she got a lot of blowback. Not because of what she said, but simply because, it was her that was delivering the message, which people can miss what's being said when they have an issue with the messenger. I agreed with what she was saying pertaining to making sure that you have what you're requiring of someone else. Where I disagree is that all of those things shouldn't be physical. They're not, because they're not all tangible. So when you talk about becoming the person that you want to attract, you have to, first cleanse what's inside and replace those things with better things before you can ever try to say, oh, well, I should have money because I want to be with a man that wants money, or I should have a car because I want a woman who has a car, or, you know, I don't want to be with somebody who has children, or, you know, whatever those things may be. Before you ever get to that, you should want to be someone who has open communication skills. You know how to openly and effectively communicate how you feel, because outside of cheating, there are other things, you know, like I know people love to pinpoint cheating, but outside of cheating, there are many things, especially like communication, that can tarnish a relationship. So you first have to make sure that you know how to communicate. You first have to make sure that you know how to express yourself. You first have to make sure that you can do the things that you're going to ask of your partner that don't include physical things like money or a car or a job or whatever, which a job isn't physical, but you get what I'm saying. So before you can ever require those things of a person, you have to make sure that emotionally and spiritually and mentally that you're in the right place with yourself to require someone else to be able to give you something if you don't, that you're looking for. So if I'm looking for a partner and I want my partner to be family oriented, or if I'm looking for a partner and I want my partner to be able to have a safe space with me, you first have to make sure that you are a safe space. You have to know how to communicate, when to step off, you know, things of that nature. You have to be able to identify certain things, like when there's a problem or when there's an issue, be able to identify your partner's feelings without them saying it. And I'm not talking about being a mind reader. I'm talking about simply knowing when your partner's had a bad day or if they're upset or whatever, you know, being considerate. You have to be a considerate person first if you want to be with a considerate person. I'm a strong believer, and you attract what's on the inside of you. So a lot of times I've had people ask me questions like, you know, like I've had guys ask me, you know, why do women treat good men badly? And my response to him was, I can't answer that because I'm not that type of woman. And I believe that we attract, you know, what we have actually going on inside. So I personally don't believe any person that has ever asked, you know, that sits and asks themselves that question. I don't necessarily, maybe you're not a good man like you think. Maybe you're not a good partner like you think. Maybe you suck at communicating. Maybe you suck at being affectionate. Maybe, you know, you're condescending. Maybe you're demeaning. Maybe you're controlling. We first have to become who we want to attract. And that is one of my biggest mantras. I do believe that when you do the work on your inner, people are attracted to that. So, you know, when people, I'm so sorry. I'm so fidgety right now. But when I think about, you know, people that I see in long-lasting relationships and things of that nature, both people in those types of relationships, they're confident in their individuality. They're not doing things like codependency don't exist in their relationship, which is not healthy, and it's very toxic. Codependency and, you know, attachment issues and abandonment issues and all those things. So those are things that you want to take care of and address before you ever try to get into a relationship, because what you will do is you will get with someone and you will project those things onto your partner, and you will run them away. So you just want to be mindful. Whatever that look like, whatever you want in a person, whatever that looks like, do the work to become that. So if that, you know, if you want to be with a homebody, how you want to be with a homebody and you're not a homebody? Make it make sense. So you want to be in a relationship with a homebody, but you want to be out in the streets. Don't make sense. You want to be with someone who is, I ain't gonna go there yet. You want to be with someone who's thoughtful, but you're not thoughtful. So things like that. So you just want to think about those types of things when it comes to being in a relationship. Become the person that you want to attract. Something else I've had someone say to me is like, oh, the women I date are inconsiderate, or the women I date, most of them are, fake. They're liars. They're not real. They're not genuine. And so that leads me to then ask the question, well, what about you is attracting these type of people? So what is it about yourself that is attracting liars? What is it about you that is attracting inconsiderate people? What about you is attracting this type of woman? I know a lot of times people shed light on women's bad choices in men, but I will definitely say in my coaching, I have people DM me, message me all the time, men especially, want to know why they can't find, authentic, good women. And I always tell them, these women, they exist. You just have to do the work to attract them, because if you're not the person that they're looking for, how can you even attract, the type of woman that you're saying you're looking for? And so a lot of times we go through these conversations, we have these discovery calls or whatever, and I find out that, it's something, again, like I said, it's something about them. So I challenge you, if you are not attracting the type of person that you're looking for, I challenge you to look within yourself to see what it is about you that is attracting what you're not looking for, basically. Because I had to go through the same steps, and, that's what made me want to coach. That's what made me want to do this, because it's so close to my heart and I'm so passionate about it. Because when I had that aha moment, like, I'm the problem. When that happened, and I began to do the work, and I mean, clearly I didn't see the results right away. After I was engaged before, and after the ending of that engagement, I decided to take a hiatus from dating, and I dated myself for a year. And that is what really kickstarted my journey. And healing isn't a destination, it is a journey. And so, we're learning every day, we're healing every day, but the biggest thing is living in self-awareness. If you are not self-aware, I do not believe that you can have successful romantic relationships, because they take work. Lots of it. And that's not to say that they should be hard, because it shouldn't be difficult to be with someone. However, being with a person will not be easy, because it requires a certain level of transparency, a certain level of vulnerability, a certain level of all of these different things for the relationship to be successful. So again, if you are not attracting what you want in a person, maybe it's because it's what's inside of you. And so, figure that out first, diagnose that first. And then, you'll be in a better place to date. But dating yourself, and I know that sounds so crazy. I remember the first time I ever told someone, like, I go to the movies by myself, or I go out to eat by myself. I do all these things by myself. And the person looked at me like I had 3 heads. And it wasn't until I got into explaining, the method to my madness. But when I did choose to get into a relationship after that year hiatus, I did feel like what I had found was better than what I had had in the past. And for me, that was huge. So, that's the biggest thing. And so when you're dating, you just want to make sure that, and not that you can't date and work on yourself simultaneously. You can. I'm not telling you that you have to take a hiatus from dating. You don't. You can definitely work on yourself and date and still be successful at it. So I hope that, no one misunderstands what I'm saying there. because you can, C-A-N, you can do them simultaneously. I just chose not to do them simultaneously when I was, in that space, simply because I was a person who had attachment issues, and I was a serial dater like Miss Lori Harvey. And so I found myself dating the same person in a different body. And so I had all these failed relationships, and I was, it was a pattern. And so that is why I chose at the time to simply just not date, because I didn't want my judgment clouded, and I wanted to be able to maneuver through that situation or that point in my life without the expectations of another person on what I was doing for myself, because it should be about you. And there's just so much that goes into to this. And so excuse me. There's so much that goes into it. And so we just want to make sure that we are becoming the person that we want to attract. When you cleanse or clean out what you have going on inside, you attract better candidates. And when you have, better resources, more tools, and things of that nature, you can definitely be more successful at dating. Because ultimately, what I want you to know is that the love you desire, it is obtainable. There is a person out there that will give you what you want. There is a person out there that will love you how you desire. There's a person out there for you. I don't know who needs to hear this. I know a lot of people have given up on dating. I know a lot of people, are fearful of dating. A lot of people, we've been scarred, we've been hurt, whatever, and we're scared. And so what you have is a lot of people trying to hurt other people before they're hurt. But let me just tell you that when you do not allow your scars or your wounds to taint you, you just keep going and you do the work, I'm telling you, it's amazing, because being loved correctly is an amazing thing. Loving on someone correctly is an amazing thing. And when we don't know how to love one another, we definitely lose, especially in our community, just saying. And so I want us to be better at relationships, and I want us to be better at dating. And in week 1, I'm telling you that it is a must that you become the person that you're looking for first. Not only that, you have to have the proper definition of what dating is and what that looks like. And so when you put all of those things together, you can be more successful at dating, right? And so that's what we want to do. We want to be more successful in the dating, just in love. And so remember that Coach Tina told you, become the person, repeat after me, become the person that you're looking for, because the love you desire is obtainable. And so when you become a better person, you start to attract better. And as you elevate, so will your standards, and so will the people that you attract. And so, like I said, I'm not coming for nobody, I'm saying, but if you're not attracting what you want in a person, maybe the problem is you, not the people that you're attracting, because they're attracted to something about you. And so even, that person, those people that like to save people, we know that, a person's bad for us, they're not good for us, and we still get connected to them. We still attach ourselves to them, and then we allow them to drain us, and we allow them to come and dim our light, and we allow them to do all of these things that we know we had no business doing in the first place. I'm talking to some people. I used to be Miss Save, Super Save. Yeah, I used to be her. I used to like getting with people who had less with less, because then I could not only exist at a higher level, I could, teach them something or add value to them or, change them in some type of way. But I had to let that go because guess what? You cannot change somebody that does not want to be changed. I don't care if it's a friend. I don't care if it's a man. I don't care if it's your child. Okay? You cannot change someone who does not want to change. So guess what? If you meet a man, if you meet a woman, and they are in a place in their lives where they are not ready to change, leave them there. Because guess what? You will kill yourself. You will bust your brains trying to change them. Change yourself. Do your own work. Live in your own self-awareness. And I promise you, if you love on yourself the way that you want to be loved on, people will be attracted to that and they will meet you at your worth. Okay? Don't accept nothing less. But it starts with you. It starts with you doing the work. It starts with you becoming that person that you want to attract for yourself. Because if you don't know how to be the person that you want to be in a relationship with, how do you expect to teach someone or to show someone or express to someone what you want, what you're looking for, what you think you deserve, if you don't know how to first be that yourself? If you don't know what it looks like, if you can't be an example of it, how will you be able to show another person? You won't be. So you just think about that. I hope I'm not talking in circles, but really just, become the person that you're looking for. And I promise you, I 100% guarantee that you will start to attract better options for yourself in your dating life. I'm not telling you that, the first person you attract gonna be, what I'm saying is you will start to attract better people. And when you're dating, and if you live in self-awareness, you'll be aware of the options that you have. And so you want to be the best option for yourself first, so that when a person comes to you or when you meet a person, that you are able to show them and you are able to be that example to them of how you want to be loved on, how you want to be, spoken to, how to be affectionate with you, how to communicate with you, any of those things. You want to first be that example first. So let's just recap what we talked about today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Hit that bell so that you can get the notifications whenever I post a new video. I hope you guys tune in for the rest of this dating series. #real relationship goals. You want to be your own relationship goals. Remember that. Stop idolizing what other people have going on, because there's not one way that people do relationships. For every couple, there will be a different dynamic. So recap. So number one, you have to first understand what the definition of dating is, what it looks like in 2021, and what it looks like for yourself. Number two, become the person that you want to attract. And that's the biggest thing about, I hope that's the greatest takeaway that I want you to leave watching this video with, is become the person that you want to attract. Number three, also date yourself. And you don't have to date yourself and not date simultaneously. You can date yourself and date other people at the same time, but you want to date yourself so that you get to know yourself, because many of us are walking around and we don't know ourselves. So get to know yourself. That's all the time I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope to see you next week for week 2 of #real relationship goals here with Coach Tina. And again, I will leave something down in the description for my checklist. Check it out, read it, check it out, check it off, and let me know, what you guys want to talk about, what issues you're having in dating and relationships, what issues you may be having in your singleness. If you're in a relationship, something that is maybe holding you back from moving to a next step in your relationship, something that is bothering you in your relationship, let's talk. I will also put my email down in the description box so that you guys can talk with me, connect with me. So please do not be afraid. I am here for you guys. I just want us to be better at relationships. And guys, please, if you don't take nothing away from this video today, please take this with you. Become the person that you are looking for. Bye. See you next week.